Imagine discovering that the priest who baptized you as an infant had secretly betrayed the faith under torture. Is your baptism still valid? Are you still a Christian? In the 4th century, this wasn't hypothetical, it was tearing the church apart. Two heresies, Donatism and Manicheanism, forced Christianity to answer questions it had been avoiding. One asked, who has authority to save you? The other, who created evil? The Donatist crisis began with the worst persecution Christians ever faced. Emperor Diocletian from 303 to 311 CE demanded the priests burn their scriptures or die. Many broke. They handed over sacred texts to Roman authorities. The church called them traditores, handers over. Here's the devastating irony buried in that word. The Latin root traitor means to hand over. From it, we get tradition, the sacred act of handing down truth across generations. From the same root, traitor, handing sacred things to enemies. The men who should have been tradition bearers became traitors, and the church had to decide what that meant. The Donatists argued that a priest who betrayed Christ cannot channel Christ's power. His sacraments are empty rituals. His baptisms don't count. Think of it like Christmas lights wired in series. One bad bulb darkens the entire strand. If a bishop was a traditor, every priest he ordained carries that corruption. Every sacrament those priests perform is invalid. Your local priest might be holy, but if somewhere in his ordination chain, perhaps 3 bishops back, one man broke under torture, the whole strand goes dark. Your baptism, meaningless. Your salvation, uncertain. The Donatists demanded the church purge every compromised link. While Donatism asked who has authority to save you, Manicheanism asked something bigger. Who created evil? Manicheanism offered a radical answer. 2 gods exist, locked in eternal cosmic war. One created spirit, pure, good, light. The other created matter, corrupt, evil, dark. The shocking implication for Christians are the Old Testament God, who created the physical world, who drowned humanity in a flood, who destroyed Sodom, is the evil deity. The New Testament God of love and forgiveness is the good one. Your body isn't sacred. It's a prison, spirit trapped in evil matter, yearning for release. Manicheanism solved the problem of evil elegantly. God didn't create suffering, his enemy did. You're not morally flawed, you're trapped. Every bad choice, the evil matter of your body overpowering your good spirit. Every cruel act in the Old Testament, a different God entirely. This wasn't fringe thinking. It attracted serious intellectuals across the Roman Empire, including a young North African teacher named Augustine, who spent 9 years as a devoted Manichean. Both heresies have a certain logic, so why did the church reject them? Donatism's fatal flaw: you cannot build a universal church on personal purity. You can only trust people whose entire history you know, your village, your family, your small circle. Donatism leads inevitably to sectarianism, tight-knit groups who can verify each other's faithfulness, not a church spanning the Roman Empire. The Orthodox response introduced a Latin phrase, ex opere operato, by the work performed. Sacraments work because of what they are, not who performs them. The power flows through the office, not the man. Manicheanism had hidden costs too. If 2 gods exist, neither is truly God. The good God isn't omnipotent, he is locked in struggle with an equal opponent, and moral responsibility dissolves completely. The devil made me do it becomes literally true. You're not a sinner making choices, you're a prisoner of evil matter. Augustine eventually saw through this. His Confessions wrestles honestly with why Manicheanism appealed to him and why he rejected it. The Orthodox response, one God created everything, including the capacity for evil. Evil isn't a substance, it's a privation, the absence of good, like darkness is absence of light. Notice the pattern. Both heresies offered comfort by removing responsibility. Donatism removed responsibility from the institution. If your priest is corrupt, his failures aren't your problem, his sacraments simply don't count. Manicheanism removes responsibility from the individual. Your sins aren't your fault. Evil matter controls your body. Orthodoxy demanded more. The church must function despite flawed members. Humans must own their choices despite living in a world with suffering. This is the logical trilemma at the heart of theology. God is omnipotent. God is all good. Evil exists. Manicheanism denied omnipotence. Orthodoxy redefined evil itself. These debates didn't stay in the 4th century. Every institution that claims authority beyond its members faces the Donatist question. Does a corrupt leader invalidate the institution? Can a flawed organization still do good? Universities, governments, corporations all must answer this. The problem of evil remains philosophy's hardest question. Every theodicy since has been a response to Manicheanism's seductive simplicity. If you've ever asked, why do bad things happen to good people? You're wrestling with what Augustine wrestled with. The personal echoes matter too. When we blame external forces for our choices, my upbringing made me this way, the system forced my hand, it's just my nature. We're echoing Manichean logic, something outside me is responsible. When we dismiss institutions entirely because of individual failures, the whole church is corrupt, the entire system is broken, we're echoing Donatist logic. One bad bulb means we throw out the strand. So these heresies lost their battles. Donatism faded after centuries of conflict in North Africa. Manicheanism was driven underground, though its ideas resurfaced in medieval movements. But they won something else. They forced Christianity to articulate beliefs it might never have clarified otherwise. Without Donatism, the church might never have defined how sacramental authority works. Without Manicheanism, Augustine might never have developed his theology of evil, free will, and grace. Heresies became the shadows against which orthodoxy defined its light. Understanding what Christianity rejected helps us understand not just what it believes, but why it believes it.